Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm sharing with you my MyFundedFutures competition account. We're going to go over my current statistics, my ranking on the leaderboard, and a huge epiphany that I've had from today's trading session. So without further ado, going into the screen, I'm going to go ahead and refresh the dashboard so you know that this is my account and I'm logged in. Now, first and foremost, for the competition account, the starting balance is $10,000. It's completely free for the MyFundedFutures traders that have an active eval or funded account. So you can trade for free in the competition. You literally don't have to pay anything. And there's more upside where you might have a potential to win a free funded account or some discounts on some accounts. So there's a lot more upside to joining the competition. If you are not an active eval or funded trader with MFFU, that's more than okay. You can join the competition at a $49 entry fee. And I believe if you use my code JESS, it'll save you some money to join the competition. But the link is in my description if you guys want to check it out. Before my account, I am sitting over $2,368 in profit. So that's a 23.69% gain on the account so far. And I do want to preface my kind of approach to this competition account in case like you might be wondering how I'm trading it and why my stats look the way that they do. So first and foremost, it's just kind of fun for me. I really wanted to do this competition as a way to just let loose and just see what happens and kind of go with the flow. I'm not expecting anything crazy, but I'm also hoping and kind of pushing towards performing well, at least for myself. I'm not in this to compete against anybody else. I'm already in a battle, in a challenge with myself every single day with trading and my own emotions. And I think that's more than enough competition. And that's all that's in my cards for right now. Secondly, for this competition, I'm using it as a way to practice my patience. So one thing I love about MFFU is that the accounts are end of day drawdown. So it's not going to trail any unrealized gains. So if I leave a position on and I'm up a certain amount, but I don't close the trade until like half of that profit possibly, it's not going to go against me or my drawdown. And I love that. So with this account, I'm just kind of pushing more for trades that help me with my patience. So if it's a higher TP than what I would typically go for on a funded account or maybe even an eval, then I'll put it on here and I'll just work on my patience to see if it's going to play out. My whole time on this particular comp account is in some cases a lot more longer than some of my other usual trades I would take as a scalper, a few minutes at a time. But sometimes my trades are like 10 minutes or 25 minutes or whatever the case may be. Another thing too with this account is when I have the itch or the urge to trade, whether I'm bored trading or I just want to place a trade or there's a very high risk trade that I want to take, but I won't do it on my funded account, I'll just place it on here. So that would include even my YOLO trades too. Because why not? I mean, again, I don't have anything to lose. I didn't pay for this comp account and there's just the potential to win something. So it kind of also just makes sense. So yeah, it's nice to kind of just put everything here. And so that is kind of the foundation of how I'm approaching this account and why my stats might look the way that they do. But I digress. Let's go ahead and move into the overview of my calendar. You can see the amount of profits I've taken home and the amount of trades I've taken per day. Now, yesterday, the 6th of March, was kind of an ugly day on the comp for me, if I'm being honest. And I don't feel like it was my best day as well as today. In hindsight, obviously, I wish I did things a lot differently, making sure my stop losses were where they're meant to be, making sure that I'm, not like actively trying to get in and out of trades so quickly, like a few seconds at a time, and just letting things play out like how I want to, like practicing my patience, like I said just a minute ago. So this account is going to hopefully help kind of gear my like my actions and my like plan a little bit better. At least that's the goal. So this is the overview. This is my current stats. Definitely not happy with it, but it is what it is. 65.52% win rate. Would like to bring it up to my average about 70-72. My average win to loss is not even a 1-to-1, which is really upsetting for me too. But for the most part, I'm still happy that we are walking away profitable. And the biggest thing is not even the amount of money I'm making. The biggest thing for me with this comp account as a whole experience is being able to learn, being able to actually be in the market, placing trades, seeing how it feels to just use 1 mini or even 10 micros at a time. It's just helps limit everything and also really just gives me the screen time that I need and that I want. So that's why no matter how much profits I make on this account, no matter if I win a prize or not, the whole experience for me is a win. So this is my trade duration, and as you can see, when I hold a trade for a minimum of 10 minutes all the way to 30 minutes, I'm a lot more profitable. So that end of day drawdown is really amazing and just allowing me to practice the patience for my trades to kind of do what they need to do. And then of course, here's my closed trades. So you can actually see this when you go into the competition leaderboard. If you click on anybody's name on there, you can actually see their stats overall. Like everything that you see here is all in there. So we're going to go over there next so you can see my current standing in the leaderboard. So coming over to the competitions tab, click on view if you already are registered for the competition, and then you can see the standings. So for the top 10 people, they're definitely killing it. First place is up 12 grand, second place 10,500, third place is up $9,300 profit, and then the rest of the individuals between 4th through 10th, they are way above the $7,000 profit mark. So these people are killing it. Again, the competition is still very early, so I mean anything could happen. So if you do want to join, you might have a chance to even get up here. You never know. So I'm going to go ahead and expand the roster to 100 per page. And as of yesterday, the last time I checked on the 6th of March after the market closed, I was like 105th place or something. And as of now, March 7th, after market close and it updated, I am 106th place. So genuinely, I'm just humbled by this achievement for me because I wasn't even expecting to be placed this high in the rankings. Like in my opinion, this is really high for me. I was more anticipating like maybe 600 to 1,000 mark is where I thought my ranking was going to be. So I mean, anything could change from now until the end of March, but I'm just, for right now, I'm very, very just happy with it. I think that's so, so cool. So hopefully, the main thing is to kind of maintain what I'm doing and fixing and realizing things in this comp account so I can do better in my actual funded account so I can, obviously take payouts and all that stuff. So what I wanted to show as well is if you click on anybody's name, we're going to click on rank 101, which is Mike. You click on their name and you go to the very bottom. You can actually see their stats. So this is, the growth curve isn't showing, but here is Mike's trading stats and then the recent trades placed on the account. So it's really neat because you can literally see everything and anything that is happening with this person after the trade report is updated at the end of the day. So you'll know if they are respecting the rule of trading one contract or the 10 micros. You can see how far they are from first place. You can see just everything that you would want to see for further insight on how they're performing. So there's that. And now let's go ahead and go into my breakdown of my stats. So this is my trade report that's downloaded from Tradovate. Same profit from my dashboard, 23.68 and 56 cents. Profit trades, losing trades, win rate percentage. This is my P&L with and without fees. Quick little pie chart of the gross loss breakdown. And then here's my trades again. So if you really want to like break them down, feel free to. But I just want to talk more about today's session and the huge realization it had and something that I really need to focus on. I mean, it's always been something that I focus on, but I have a long journey ahead of me as a trader, and it's something I need to build on every single day. And over time, things are going to go into better motion. I mean, I think that's with anything, and that's what a lot of profitable traders say too. So for today, the big epiphany I had was my risk management. So again, like I know this is something I've been working on, but just looking at how this one trade really, really played against me and how being married to a position can really screw you up. Now, obviously, I'm lucky that this is a comp account, my competition account, and I'm not going to lose anything if I lose the account aside from maybe people bashing on me for taking such a huge L, but that's fine. But this loss just stood out to me like a sore thumb because I've worked so hard to kind of battle against this idea of, okay, don't stay married to a position, just leave your stop loss where it is. If you're wrong, you're wrong. But I've caught myself over the last couple of days, and I mean just in this account, but in previous days when I look at or when I reflect on some trades I take, that I get so married to a position that I'm going to be right and I don't accept that I'll be wrong. So I move my stop loss or I take it off or I do something so silly and it completely messes up my risk management. And with this trade, I just it shouted out to me like, dude, you need to really, really reevaluate how you are participating in the market. Because if I continue down the path of this, whether it's a competition account that is completely free, or it's an eval, or it's a funded account, or it's a personal live account, I can't be having my risk management so bad. Like how am I supposed to grow as a trader in the long term if I'm not able to cut my losses shorter? I can realize in the moment that I'm wrong, but I have to make sure I cut that loss, like physically execute to end that open position, right? Because in hindsight, I wish I went back and just closed it. Once I hit like my $200, $300 stop loss that I would have there, but instead I just kept moving it down and down because I was so married to the overall bullish bias I had on the day. Now, if I actually go ahead and pull up the chart to show you that one particular trade, the numbers might be a little bit different. I think it's because the market contracts are rolling over or something. But at 6:39 is when I got into that trade, give or take, right? So here it is, 6:39, right when we come into our top resistance. Now, mind you, I had already taken my trade and I said I was going to be done for the day. I posted on my YouTube community tab I was done and that I had a very busy morning and I was going into work and I had a lot of things to take care of. So I didn't have time, patience, or the energy to really focus on trading or actively trade. But I still went into it because I was just under this married impression that we're going to keep pushing up higher because of my overall bullish bias and that we had a lot of room to the upside. But when I entered, it was already at the top after the market opened, taking all that volume from this consolidation range and pushing higher. I got in, we rejected obviously, and we pulled down. And I did not exit that position for quite some time, as you saw on my trading report, because I was so married to being right that we're going to push higher. Now, obviously, if I go ahead and look at the 1 hour time frame, one moment, please. For Thursday, yes, we are definitely bullish on the overall day. We had a very high trending day. It hit all of my targets to the upside as we kept going up, and so on and so forth. But in that moment, although my bias is bullish for the whole day, it didn't mean I had to enter and hold a losing position for over, I think it was like 60 points. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my trade report one more time so we can all see it. But yeah, right here. So I entered at 208. I got out at 135. So I definitely did not have to be doing that. And, I call myself out for it. And looking back, it's just so silly for me to have done that. But I did, and I held it for 7 minutes, a losing trade for 7 minutes. If I had known I was wrong right away, it should have been a quick loss, a minute max, something like this, But it is what it is. It happened, and all I can do is learn from it. And that's kind of the huge thing I really wanted to talk about today, just be really transparent with you guys. Because yes, I'm still green on the overall account, and I think that's great. But it could have been higher, and it could have been less mental stress and exhaustion on my part had I just closed this trade the way or when I was supposed to have, right? With all that being said, as well, I know I've already said that you guys are more than able to join the competition if you want, but I do also have an exclusive sale with my funded futures that we did for the week. It's actually ending Friday the 8th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it is an extra 15% off the expert plans if you guys want to check it out. I know for March right now, there's not any sales. So hopefully this, helps a little bit if you are interested in trading the expert accounts. With the expert account, there's no activation fee that you have to worry about when you pass it. There's no scaling plan and there's no consistency plan to worry about as well. So a lot more flexibility with it. So I think that the expert account is one of the best accounts out there, aside from the 30K static My Funded Futures account. So feel free to use this if you like, because it is ending tomorrow. And then to wrap up the video with the other promotions with My Funded Futures, it is 30% off the 30% off, sorry, apologize about that. 30% off the starter plans for the eval fee, the activation fee, and 30% off resets for starters. And then finally, we have the 20% off expert reset plans. So if you need to reset an expert account after you purchase one, it's 20% off. And those deals are going to be ending at the end of March. But I do appreciate your time and support. I hope that this video was interesting as far as going down what happened today, my realization, my current stats, and hopefully we're able to, do well in this competition account. But I do appreciate your time and support. I wish you nothing but the best and most success in everything you do. And I will see you all in the next video.